For more on the Red Sox, we bring in our guy Nick Friar, who covers the team. And Nick, a week into spring training down in Fort Myers, what is your biggest storyline thus far?
Pablo Sandoval losing all that weight. It's a good sign. We care about that a lot because the weight definitely has been holding him back. He kind of showed up last minute. He did show up on the day he had to report, but it would have been nice if he was there early, but when everybody else was showing up. But he's there at least, and that's a good sign to see that weight's off, and hopefully he can continue to keep it off, and hopefully it translates to how he performs out in the field.
What is a good season for Pablo Sandoval? I mean, it's pretty much rock bottom was last year. So what would you like to see out of him statistically for Red Sox fans and management to be like, all right, we'll take that at third base?
Well, he was like a 280 hitter coming into here, and I honestly didn't even look at him like that. But if he hits 270, hits 15 home runs, 80 RBIs, I'd be very happy with that, hitting out of the sixth slot. And then, hopefully make the throws over to first base, because we kind of forget about that he kind of showed throwing issues when he was here at first.
And stay off Instagram between
yeah,
innings.
That's just never a good idea. Never a good
idea.
All
right, kind of the buzz story last couple days. Blake Swihart at catcher can't throw it back to the pitcher. We've seen this with different catchers in years past. It was made famous in a movie, Major League 2, I think. Obviously a mental situation.
Yeah,
what do you make of it? The yips.
Yeah, they're real. I've definitely dealt with guys who've had the yips before and didn't overcome it. I've definitely had issues myself for throwing over to first base as a pitcher. It can happen.
Well, it's like Lester, he doesn't throw to first.
Yeah, I've never seen anything quite like that from a pitcher. Even the underhand throws, that's usually easy.
But they moved Swihart to outfielder, because they have depth. Did that screw him up? What is this about?
Some people say that can be a thing, but it's a mental thing at the end of the day, Yianni, more than anything else. And he can get through it, but I saw a tweet from Lou Merloni talking about how he was really firing it back to the pitcher. That's usually what guys do when they get the yips. They start throwing it real hard. And that makes up for it, because you can't think about it. You just worry about getting it back to him. And honestly, that's what he should do at the end of the day.
All right, Hanley Ramirez obviously got to camp last couple days, and he said he's kind of trying to take the baton from David Ortiz here offensively and maybe in a leadership role. What do you think Hanley needs to do this year for the middle of the lineup to tick?
I would like him to just do what he did last year in terms of how he carried himself in the clubhouse. Very loose, very laid back guy. When things are going good, he's not angry, so he needs to keep that mentality when things are going bad too, because if he can do that, then it just shows stability in the clubhouse that Hanley knows things are going to get better. Everybody else will then pick up on things are going to get better. Don't worry about it.
Now, the Sox, of course, picked up Mitch Moreland in the offseason to play some first base. Tell us about this guy. I haven't seen or heard a lot about him thus far.
He's not really an impressive bat by any means. He's had a couple years where he's hit around 20 home runs, which would be nice, a nice addition. And if he could hit it the other way a little bit and use that monster, that would play big for him. Poppy, when he first came here, that played big for him as well, getting better. But the biggest thing with him is his glove. He's a Gold Glove winning first baseman, and at the end of the day, that's kind of what you need to have. You're not going to go and get a Poppy type hitter. If they had got Encarnacion, that kind of holds back Sam Travis from moving up, and they're really high on him. So he's kind of just a stopgap kind of or a placeholder rather, till Travis is ready to get going.
All right, so the killer bees of Betts, Bogaerts, and Bradley Jr. I want you to rank those three players for me in terms of importance for the Red Sox this year, and tell me what you think you'll get out of each of them.
Betts number 1, Bogaerts number 2, and Bradley Jr. number 3. Because Mookie's obviously shown he's an MVP caliber player, should have won it, and I stand by that every day. Bogaerts, honestly, I say Bogaerts is 2, but he's more of like a 1B or 1A, however you want to put it, because he's your shortstop. And the shortstop is, I would say after catcher is the most important defensive position on the field. So I need more stability from him fielding wise. The thing about Xander is he makes the tough plays. I know people talk about his range, but he still makes those tough plays. But the throws on the easy plays is where I get worried about. More than anything, that's when he starts skipping it over to first base. You got Moreland who's going to bail him out, but I need more from Xander, and I need him to make those plays. I can't even think about it. Once it's hit to him, it should be all set. I can score it down on the card and not have to worry about it.
We know what Bradley Jr. gives you defensively, Gold Glove caliber.
Yeah,
you think his offense will be where it was last year?
I think we can expect 20 home runs. I don't think his average will be as high at the end of the year, because he really rode that it was a 29-game streak. He was kind of shaky before that, kind of better but not as good after the streak too. So I expect more like a 250, 260 season out of him, but I still expect the 20 home runs. The power was consistent throughout.
All right, Nick Friar, good stuff covering the Red Sox and coming in all week on the Sports Wrap. Thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely.